is the Zone 94.1. My name is Giehl, and I'm joined now on the phone by the most must-see WWE superstar on TV today, The Miz. How you doing, Miz?
I am doing the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life.
Best day of your life? Why is that?
Well, you got to think, because I'm going to come to Rochester, New York, and I'm going to whoop on Alex Riley. Whenever you bring someone up as a protege, Alex Riley used to be my protege. I brought him up, and then he turned his back on me, and he's been whooping on me for the past, 2 or 3 weeks. Now I get to have my chance at taking him down in Rochester, New York, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I don't think Rochester could be any more excited to watch that happen than they are now. Now, I'll be honest with you, Miz, I've never seen a live house show. Is it any different than going to a TV taping?
It's a lot different. I mean, we don't have the whole set, the whole Raw set that we don't have. But I like to think of the live events as being more intimate, more fan-friendly. It gets you more involved because we get to do kind of whatever we want, you know? I always like live events more than I like TV sometimes, just because it's so much more intimate with the fans. The fans get more involved. Like we always say, cheer who you love, boo who you hate. I always definitely love cutting promos and literally always go out to the fans, and usually the fans are very love booing me. So it's definitely a lot more fun for me.
So it's definitely an opportunity to work the fans instead of work the camera.
Exactly.
Nice. Now, are there going to be bang bangs and boom booms, like the fireworks?
I don't think there will be any fireworks. I mean, sometimes the kids think it's too loud anyway, so it might be a little better.
I have to ask this question. I want to get it right off my chest. I think the one question on Rochester's minds is, will we get to see the Long Island Iced Z?
Everyone always wonders if the Long Island Iced Z, and everyone's been watching the True Long Island Stories on YouTube, and it's probably one of the best shows on the internet since the Dirt Sheet of when John Morris and myself, 2 years ago, used to have an internet show. The Long Island Iced Z, you never know who you're going to see. I mean, we have R-Truth, The Miz, John Cena. We have everyone going to be there, so I imagine that the Long Island Iced Z is going to be there.
All right, sans Zack Ryder or not, it's still a pretty powerful lineup. I mean, number one, you're going to be there, so immediately it's already a big drawing show. Huge. All right, well, how long you been in the WWE?
I've been with the WWE for about 6 years now. I started with Tough Enough. Obviously, Tough Enough, you could win a contract for the WWE. I didn't win; I was runner-up, but WWE gave me a contract for the developmental territory. I went there for a year, then finally got brought up on SmackDown as the host. Didn't like hosting. Became a WWE superstar with wrestling lines in the ring, and worked my way up through the ranks and became WWE champion for the first time last year. And I just recently lost my title because of Alex Riley. I think he will pay for that at Rochester, New York.
And like you just said, you touched on your career a little bit. I mean, you have had extremely successful career in the years of, you've gone a year undefeated. You've won the tag team titles a number of times with multiple partners. United States champion, Money in the Bank. You just said WWE champion. Now you're going to get revenge on Alex Riley and then win that title back again. But I did hear, now, you can deny this if you want, but when you first entered the WWE, some people were kind of showing you disrespect. I mean, is that true?
Oh, yes, that is very true. When I first got to the WWE, everyone didn't like me because I came from a reality show, or they thought that I was from a reality show. Everyone thought I was just from the real world, and the real world was challenges because I was. And the fact remains, though, that when I was doing those reality shows, I was on the independent, working on the independent scene for wrestling, trying to become a WWE superstar. Nobody actually asked about that. Nobody cared about that. They just thought, oh, this reality guy got a contract just because he was on the reality shows. I was berated. People didn't like me. I wasn't respected. I got kicked out of the locker room. I remember eating a piece of chicken in the locker room, and everyone said that I got it all over the place. I was walking on eggshells, and I know I didn't get it all over the place. So people have made it bigger than it really was, and got me kicked out of the locker room. I had to find a place to shower, a place to go to the bathroom, a place to change so nobody would see me. And it was just one of those things, it was a hard couple of years in the beginning. And then as I worked hard and harder and harder, I started gaining respect from people, and that's kind of how it all went down. And then, it's kind of cool that I became the WWE champion because it just shows if you work hard enough, ignore all the negativity that's around you, and you keep working toward what you want and your goal, you can actually get it.
Do you remember the day that you were welcomed back into the locker room?
Yes. It's one of the happiest days of my career.
Second to this.
You know, it's funny. It's funny. People will sit there and say, "What's the happiest day?" Like, that is up there in the top 5 because I was out of the locker room for almost a year. It's one of those things. Like, I kind of like I'm back in. Oh wow, this is amazing. You know, it's like I get to take a shower now. I get to use the restroom. I get to change. You know, I don't have to find a locker room. In backstage, there's not that many places to go.
Was there some sort of event that kind of led up to it? I mean, did you just win a title or?
No, really. I kind of just asked one of the top guys. Listen, I've been out of the locker room for a while now, and I was, I understand what I did, and I was hoping if I could come back, they let me come, and I was like, all right.
And you certainly proved yourself since then. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I looked just at the past year and a half to 2 years or so when you've kind of broken off from the tag team scene, which you've been very successful as a tag team. But in this last year and a half span, you have kind of transformed in a huge way. You've become like a tremendous wrestler, honestly, I have to say, a brilliant character, powerhouse of the WWE. You were champion just a few weeks ago. Just a really fun person to watch in the ring. I mean, what changed? I mean, do you think it was the tag team scene holding you back, or it was just hard work?
No, I think it's all timing. I think everything is all timing. I think some people say luck, but I think luck is a combination of opportunity and preparation. And I think it was just great timing. Like, I separated from the tag team. Now, most people, when I separated from the tag team, said I would fall into obscurity and John Morrison would go to the top. So I was kind of going through those motions. I changed my look, changed my attitude. I went from shorts. I used to wear shorts, a bandana, fedora, like a huge gimmick, and then I switched to trunks. Became a more serious character. Started wearing suits. You know, looking the part as well as being the part. You know, just working really hard, and I basically won the United States Championship. Then I won the Unified Tag Team Championships. Then I won Money in the Bank, and then I won the WWE Championship all in 1 year. So I kind of had like the triple crown, if you will. One thing after another, and it just kept elevating and elevating and elevating until now I'm noticed as one of the top superstars in the WWE. And now the object is not that I don't have the WWE Championship, to still look at me as still as the main event. So that is the goal now, as well as getting the WWE Championship back after I'm done with Alex Riley.
Right. It's not the title that makes you the powerful superstar you are, but the power is what you're saying is all in the trunks.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I do mean it. You have become this just absolute brilliant character and an absolute joy to watch. And I'm real excited to see you on Saturday at the Blue Cross Arena. It's June 11th. Kmart presents the WWE Raw live tour. And if you could leave us one last thing on what we can expect from you at this show.
What you can expect from The Miz is what I do every time I go out there. I am the most must-see WWE superstar in history, and you get the opportunity to boo me, to cheer me, to do whatever you want, because I really don't care. Because there's one thing that I am, and one thing only. I'm The Miz, and I'm awesome.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
See you, man.
I'll see you there.
Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you very much. It's the Zone 94.1.